La neta con Larry Navarrete.
Welcome back to Bottom Line with Larry Navarrete. This is Aaron Rubio here from Farmers Insurance with the one and only Larry. How we doing, Larry?
Very good. Good morning. Once again, Larry Navarrete with Loan Suite Mortgage, NMLS 670-362.
Oh.
I don't know why I always forget it.
It's like you're giving out lottery numbers.
Yeah, I always forget it, yeah.
Speaking of the lottery, Larry, let's talk about money. How do we get money? Everybody wants money.
Everybody wants money. Everybody needs money. The magic word, money.
I got a scenario for you. We had a client come in here the other day, looking for a loan. She was in the wrong office. You know, we're here on the island where you can find everything: loans, realtors, insurance, title, the whole thing, right?
Yeah, the whole thing, the whole shebang.
The Valentin Guzman Island, as I call it. You could be Dr. Moreau. So this lady came in. She wanted a loan. She wanted to buy her kid a car. I took her over there so she could talk to you. Well, tell us what happened, Larry. Did you give her the money?
No. And this, let me tell you why. Like I said, I'm always going to tell you what I believe is the best, right? And now it's up to you to what you do with it.
Yeah.
Okay. And this particular client or borrower, potential borrower, wanted to borrow $30,000.
Okay.
She needed about 10 to 15 to pay for her credit cards, 10 to 15 to buy her daughter a car. So $30,000. She bought her home in 2020, really low rates. Just right off the top, I knew, like, you know what, you don't refinance. Don't. And then I told her, you can't refinance because if you refinance, you're going to give up your rate.
Oh, the one great rate she had.
That awesome rate she had. But like her, funny because that same week I had two other customers, exactly very similar. Not buying the car, one pay off credit card debt and stuff like that. We're with the way the economy is, and I blame it on you trying to keep up with your neighbor, you're keeping up with the Joneses and your comadre, your compadre, you get yourself in debt.
Yeah.
Right? And you have a lot of credit card debt. So I tell people, and this is that particular person, and they all correlate, they're all very similar. They needed $30,000 to $40,000, $20,000 to $30,000, and I said, "What are you doing?" I mean, I'm not going to refinance your house. Now, don't let my boss hear this because he'll say, like, "What the hell, Larry? We need to make money too."
So they had equity built up.
But they had a lot of equity. But they have a 3% rate, 3.5% rate.
Okay.
I'm not going to give them a 6.5%, 7% now. Why? Because now they have to refinance the whole amount, not just that. So then what I suggested is go get yourself a credit card. I'm sorry, not a line of credit.
Okay.
Oh, but they're 10, 12%. Yeah, but it's only on that small little amount. So then I take the amount that they owe on their first, and I tell them this 10 or 12% rate here. I put it together based on the percentage of what you owe here and the amount here. I put it together, and I combine it, and I go, this is going to be your actual rate. And if it's lower than the 6.5 or 6 or 5.99 or whatever it's going, 7%, whatever rate is, you're better off doing that. And that's one. Two is, I'm going to charge you, you know what I mean, to do the refinance, appraisal, title, escrow, my fees, processing, underwriting. You're going to pay at least $4,000 extra, and you're trying to borrow $20,000 or $30,000. That's a huge percentage. You go to one of your local small banks. I'm not going to mention no names because I'm not going to give them props, right? But if you want, you could call me and I'll tell you. They're free. They pay for the appraisal. They pay for the title. They pay for the escrow. So you right off the bat, you save yourself $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. So why would you refinance, right? Why would you do a line of credit with me? Don't do a line of credit.
So don't come to Larry.
Not for a line of credit. Come with me and I'll tell you where to go. Okay. Now the other thing is, and this person told me, and I go, why don't you have really good credit. I know you get yourself one of those checks. How much do you need? $20,000. Do you have she goes, well, yeah, I have a credit card for over $20,000 limit. Write yourself, look at your, we talk about this all the time.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We talked about it before.
Get
one of those checks and pay yourself, or pay these credit cards off and get that 0% or that 1.9 or 2.9 for a fixed amount of time. And they're like, are those real? And I go, yeah, they're real. She goes, I always thought there was a bunch of propaganda. And I'm like, no, they're real. They're 100% real. Now, the bank is counting for you to default and not make that payment so they could jack you up that rate, or for you to not to have a balance, right? Because if you borrow $20,000, they're going to send you like a $100 minimum payment.
Yeah.
Why? Because in a year, they still want you to have that balance.
Then they'll charge you interest.
And then
from
the interest rate
beginning.
goes, no, not on that. From there on out. It's not
Okay.
like those promotions that when you get it at like, tires or something. No, they will charge you whatever the balance is from there on out.
Okay.
But
Okay,
they're gambling that you're not going to pay it off. But I tell them, well, I can't pay off $20,000 in a year, Larry. I go, well, then that's why you have that other credit card. Guess what? They're going to be knocking on your door. I go, that's how you get out of debt. That's how you use your leverage, right? You don't go and get yourself in more debt to get another debt. So you don't go pay $4,000 to $5,000 on a refinance for a $20,000 loan, because now you got everything at the new balance. You don't want to at the new rate. You don't want to do that. So you want to minimize how much you spend on closing costs to get that loan. Well, a check might cost you 3 or 4% or 5%, right?
Okay.
But you're going to get 0% for a year and a half, or you're going to get 1.9 for 24 months.
Which means you make.
Now and you're going to end up making a way more better decision, better off in the course of the year and a half. Now, if you go get a line of credit, remember how much you're needing. Lines of credit are awesome, but they're also very scary. Why? Because if you only need $20,000 right now, and they give you a line of credit for $50,000, guess what's going to happen?
What's going to happen there?
In 2 or 3 years, you're going to owe $50,000 because you already got yourself a $20,000 debt. So the once you pay it off and you use that $20,000 line of credit, that other $30,000 is available to you. Right there and then. What happens when money's available to you?
You take it.
You need.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you need this. You need that. My grandpa used to say, you don't need anything when you're broke and you sit on the couch, right?
Yeah.
But once you have money, you need this. Oh, I needed this. I needed that. So the same thing with this lady with the car. I need a car for my daughter. I go, you got good credit? Yeah. Go down to a dealership.
Yeah.
And get that 0%. Get that 1.9, 2.9.
She just wanted to lock it into her home payment.
Yeah, because she thought she couldn't go into a dealership and get a loan there.
She was going to start. Now, you said she bought it in 2000, so in 2024, she was going to start the 30 years all over again?
All over again. I mean, she could have got, and then she could have gotten a 15-year loan, but because she had a so low rate there, now I'm going to charge her, let's say she owed $100,000 and she wants to borrow 20. So now she has $100,000 at, say, 3%, and she needed 20. Now I'm going to refinance 125. Pay off the 100, the 20 that she needs, and another 5,000 for closing costs. So now she's going to have 125,000 at, say, 6.5%.
Wow. Yeah. Not a smart move, is it?
No, I can't do that to my people. I can't tell them, okay, listen, I don't need to make an extra $1,000 or $1,500.
Now you
How could I sleep at night knowing that this person refinanced when they could have, I told them do this or do that? How can somebody sleep at night?
Some people can, some people can't. Oh.
And then she left. I'm hoping, I go, look, I'm begging you, go do this. Now, if you're going to want to refinance that 125, then come back and see me.
Okay.
Don't let another loan officer sucker you into refinancing.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
And I say sucker you into refinancing.
I mean, and once again, it was just to buy a car. I mean...
And the other person wants to pay off some credit card debt, $14,000 or $20,000, something like that.
So just use...
And then you have really good credit. Use a check.
Use a check, pay them off, and then...
And build on paying that. They're like, well, I'm not going to pay it off in a year, Larry. Who cares? The other banks are going to be begging you to come back. And they're going to give you those checks too that shows, you know what? I always thought there was a bunch of propaganda, And it kind of reminded me, and I said something about, remember back in the 80s or 90s, the Ed McMahon sweepstakes?
Yeah,
the $1 million.
$1 million
they were sending you a
check in the mail. Yeah,
yeah. And you're one of the last finalists.
You would end up with a bunch of magazines.
Yeah. So that's how I think people think or portray those checks like, this is just propaganda.
It's fake news, Larry.
No, it's the truth, man. It's the truth. Those checks.
So is that the way the HELOCs work? Is that what people are using, the HELOCs? Those...
Right now, I see more and more people using the HELOCs to pay off debt. And I'm saying it's worth. If you have your credit cards at 24%, and you go get a HELOC at 12%.
Okay.
Right off the bat, my issue and what I tell people: be very careful, because the moment you pay off those credit cards, now you have a $20,000 line of credit against your home, right? But if you didn't learn from those mistakes, because you were spending more than what you were making, and your credit cards in 4 or 5 years are back up to 25,000 again,
You're gonna go back
and then the line of credit is at 50, because you used it all.
it's a vicious cycle.
Then you're going to refinance your home.
Yeah.
You're going to end up refinancing your home 4 or 5 years later.
Get caught up
So
in the
you have
trap.
to you have to learn. You have to learn, and it's a discipline. And I don't know.
Don't play the game, said Larry.
We all like to splurge. You know.
We
I'm
all
guilty.
splurge. So, guys, if you want to splurge with Larry, give him a call, guys. He's out here to give you advice.
I mean, don't come over here to me expecting me to say be a yes man.
Yeah.
Yes, do it. No.
You're not Jim Carrey.
Don't ask me questions you don't want answers.
Okay.
Correct answers.
All right. You're going to give him the truth. It's the bottom line.
It's the bottom line.
The bottom line
Now,
with
if you
Larry.
want to do it, it's up to you. I can't tell you, no, don't refinance, or no, don't get a line of credit. But I'm going to give you options, and I'm going to look at your scenario, and this is the best option for you. If you want me to do it, I will do it. But I want you to listen out for the options first.
It's everybody's choice. Larry, where can they come and see you, contact you, and talk to you about all
Navarrete,
your great
Loans with
advice?
Mortgage. I think my phone number will pop up somewhere around here. 928-785-2451. Or maybe this way, 928-785-2451.
Where are you located now, Larry?
I'm at 2052 South 4th Avenue, inside the TRA office. We have a little side door. You can come in. My office is the second one to the left.
You're right across the street from Dairy Queen?
Is it Dairy Queen?
Yeah, and then Quality Liquor, here on 4th Avenue.
I see you right every day in the afternoon coming in and walking across with the Monster. What's those energy drinks?
I gotta power up, get charged.
Power up, yeah.
Larry, you're gonna have a trunk or treat coming up?
We're having a trunk or treat coming up here in the parking lot. If you're a company or some kind of business and you want to come in, put up a little tent, bring a car or truck, candy, we're gonna do it for the kids. I believe it's on the 24th.
24th, next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Okay. We'll see everybody here. We'll have the flyer on this episode. That way they can come see Larry. He's going to give out candies and he's going to give out...
Well, I'm going to give out a little secret here.
Oh.
If you like this video or view this video or share this video, I'm going to make a pot of pozole.
Oh.
So you could come in and say, hey, Larry said I could grab a bowl of pozole. So
Halloween pozole
that's
from
be
Larry.
On me. No candy for me. I'm a foodie guy, as you can tell. So
Okay.
that's what I do.
Sounds good, Larry. We'll see you out here.
All righty.